hear you're ready for your dose of reality.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Dr. Quack podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Quack.
And I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem. And today, we're doing our review of Fastlane 2021. Now, like usual, we have not seen Raw. We have not seen SmackDown after the pay-per-view. This is being filmed Monday before Raw, so we don't know what's going to happen in the future. But this was kind of a shocking show.
Yeah, I mean, it had its ups and downs, which we're getting ready to go over.
Yeah, we trashed this show on multiple occasions, and in a lot of ways we were right, but in a couple of ways as we get to, this was kind of odd in a good way.
Yeah, it was a breath of fresh air in some respects. But let's get down to it here. We had on the pre-show Mustafa Ali taking on Riddle for the U.S. title.
Oh boy, as I predicted, it was going to be Matt Riddle and Keith Lee. I did predict Matt Riddle was going to retain, which, by the way, we really didn't care about the points. We were so focused on how bad this show was, so I'm going to go back and look for actually what the scores were going into this. But we remembered that Dr. Quack was up by 1.5 points. And I'm gaining a point because I did predict Matt Riddle retaining. This match really shouldn't have happened. This was this should have happened on a Raw or a SmackDown. But Riddle retained, and we see the beginning of the end. Hopefully, the end of Retribution.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it in some respects because it was a nice finish with the cradle pile driver at the end. But yeah, the Retribution breaking up, that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, a subject for I think our editor and the IT guy and May can go ahead and review Retribution.
Yeah. Anyways, I gave that 2.5 stars. I felt like it was a solid setting of the table. It wasn't what, it was pretty much what I expected.
I went 2.25. Mustafa Ali, he is a talented guy. He's boring, but he's talented. Matt Riddle, I'm not going to get into it, but this match was solid from Matt Riddle. I'm not going to get into my dislike of Bro. But it was a solid match, so 2.25 stars. All in all, a good match in the pre-show. It kind of warmed up everybody for what they were about to expect tonight.
That's right. Moving along here, opening match. We had the women's tag team titles. Pipe all it in, please. Make sure you pipe it in, WWE. Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks taking on Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
Well, I am going to talk a little about this match I want to get into. We watched this on Peacock. We didn't watch this from the WWE Network.
We saw it on the cock.
We've already signed up for the cock. And it was really shocking watching things like Old Spice commercials, Wendy's commercials on WWE television. I just want to put that out there that it might be worth paying the $10 so you don't have to watch regular commercials. So now I'm going to get into this. The story is that both teams were having internal problems. Bianca and Sasha were both upset that they both felt they should be the women's champion, and they both felt that they were going to be the carrying of the team. And Nia and Shayna were feuding because of Reginald, and neither one of them were focused. There was way too much shine for the faces. That basically Shayna and Nia got their butts whooped.
Yeah, it was great to see that.
Really?
Yes, I love seeing them getting their butts kicked because Shia, the Queen of Spades there, and Nia, they do got her to have them belts.
They need to break them up. They were getting their butts whooped.
Well, they were, yeah.
But they need to break those two up, but it was appropriate that we had Nia and Shayna retain. I gave this match a 2 stars with a big butt.
Yeah.
Shayna and Nia should not have gotten whooped this badly. Nobody benefited from this match because the women's championship didn't gain anything. The feud didn't move further. Shayna and Nia didn't gain anything. Everybody lost because of this match, so a 2 star, but a big butt.
Yeah, I'm just happy that, Bianca and Banks do not have the titles. I get so tired of seeing the 2-belt person. Oh, we had Becky 2 belts, Bayley 2 belts, Sasha 2 belts. Like, we need more of that. No. Moving along, I went with you. I went 2 stars on it. We had Apollo Crews taking on Big E Intercontinental title.
All right, going back really quick, I gained a point because you picked Bianca and Sasha, and I got the point for Shayna and Nia retaining. Now let's go into this. The story was Apollo Crews in a very necessary, a very good heel turn to African Nigerian royalty. I don't know how I feel about that yet, but the turning Big E or turning Apollo heel was definitely needed. He needed to be freshened up. And the match started off with both of them fighting what it should have been, what they should have been told. Big E or Maymay's down there thinking the fight was going on. But this match did not tell the right story. This is another one where nobody won and everybody lost. Yes, Big E won by a small inside cradle, but it was Apollo got the inside cradle and then Big E shifted the weight back for a feud where these two guys hate each other, and Apollo throwing the stairs on Big E and putting him out for a couple of weeks, and then Big E coming and attacking him and trying to run him over with a golf cart. This was not the appropriate ending. This is another one again. Nobody won, everybody lost.
Yeah.
1.5 stars.
Yeah, I mean, it was just crazy. I expect them to have a rematch at Mania, and I totally expect them to actually look a lot better. I gave this match 2 stars. It's just building the story block. It's passable, but it could have been better.
This story went backwards because they didn't keep the same intensity. We've talked about this on multiple pay-per-views where the story that they're trying to tell doesn't happen in the match. WrestleMania 8 is a prime example of Sid coming out being an insane monster and then does a true wrestling spot. No, this was the wrong match for the story they were trying to tell.
Yeah, totally agree. And then we had our Old Spice commercial, as he mentioned. We had a few of these in here. Yeah, it was great because we got to see R-Truth. That was a plus to me. I love seeing R-Truth on television.
Well, I'm gonna do this all together. This is gonna be a 2-in-1.
Oh, a 2-in-1?
A 2-in-1. Old Spice already kind of stinks. I don't like the smell of Old Spice. We get the really bad roll-up win for Big E over Apollo Crews, and then we get R-Truth hiding behind the Old Spice with Akira Tozawa screaming his name and the Ninja referee counting Joe Average winning the title, and then a minute later R-Truth rolling him back up and winning the title. So that whole segment...
Holy Testicle Tuesday!
We got to get rid of that Old Spice smell.
Oh, boy.
And we need to bring back the fun R-Truth. This was not fun.
Well, we did get a title change there, so congratulations to Joe Average on winning the 24/7 title. Can he sit next to Rosenberg now during the pre-show? Because they were both 24/7. I'm sorry, I'm not going there today. That happened. We're going to move on because I'm going to give my 2-finger salute to this match here. This was supposed to be Braun Strowman against Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon claimed he got hurt. You know, at the beginning of the show, he had a pack of ice on his knee, and you see throughout where Elias was over there trying to get on WrestleMania because he's a great act with the guitar, which he is. He's a pretty good, guitar player. But so Shane McMahon has the bright idea. Oh, Elias, you can go wrestle Braun today. This match was short. That was the only positive I have on this match. It was pretty much filler. Everybody's expecting Shane against Braun. But no, we had to throw this in there so Shane McMahon can go take a little cakewalk here and go relax until Mania. I was highly disappointed. This was one of the matches I was looking forward to.
This was fully expected. The only thing that was nice is that Shane McMahon did not pretend to have a knee injury and then come and attack him later. We know. I watched the video a couple times. This was a kayfabe injury. This match, Braun and Elias have had better matches and more fun matches. I'm speaking specifically to watching their Music City street fight where Braun Strowman was swinging a bass fiddle like a guitar. That was actually kind of okay. I didn't mind that too much. This was really ick. Lacked fun. He's right. This definitely deserved. This deserves 4 fingers. Can you give the 4 finger salute?
Well, here comes the money. Well, here comes the fingers right here. All right in.
Oh, I love the sound of that torture. I love that torture
sound. I'm telling you, just right in there. God, and change your music, Shane. You're not 20 years old anymore. God, you're over 50.
Oh, so at least the one positive note, because you've been trying to tell me to be more positive, the one positive is that Shane McMahon did not come out anytime during or after that match or during the entire show and attack Braun Strowman. So that's the one positive. At least they kept that kayfabe injury alive for another show.
Yeah, my lowest ranking of the match, 1.5 stars. That's exactly what I gave it.
I gave it 1 3/4 only because I know they're trying to rest up Shane McMahon. He's going to do the triple jump moonsault off the Titantron through Braun Strowman through 6 tables. They're saving it up for Mania.
God, dive! Can we get rid of this? And then moving on here, we're talking about my Quack attack. Sorry, that took a second because this match here really captured me and it really made me excited to watch wrestling again.
This is your Quack attack?
Yes.
Shinsuke and Seth Rollins is your Quack attack.
Actually, no, that is not. We're skipping that.
So we need to, let's rescind your Quack attack.
Oh, Jesus, sorry.
Sorry about that. I shook it up too much there.
It did. It got excited.
This match got all over everything because this match should not have existed. This was a nut shot.
Yeah.
To the fans.
Yeah. Rollins and Nakamura. Yeah, let me skip that. I'm sorry. My Quack attack will be coming. But this one here, yeah, it wasn't set up properly. It was an okay match. It wasn't nothing special to write home about.
Yeah, I actually predicted Seth Rollins taking on Cesaro. I do not know why they stomped Cesaro out of the match and had Shinsuke Nakamura get up in his face, and then next week they're wrestling on a pay-per-view. It should have been Cesaro. I don't know if Cesaro got hurt. I don't know if they're trying to save up Seth Rollins for Mania and Cesaro, because that's what everybody wants to see.
Right.
It was a 2 3/4 star match. These two guys did put on a great show. They're 2 top talents, and they should be looking at some title range, especially Nakamura. But it was, again, a last-second filler. It's a why? Why did we get this here? But, oh, yes.
Reasons.
Yes, that's very true. But the reason was that we start getting the matches that are odd in a good way, as in they're really good on Fastlane pay-per-view. They're really good matches on a Fastlane pay-per-view. And take us into the first one, your Quack attack.
Yeah, my Quack attack right here. Sorry about that. I predicted this match, and I predicted its winner. Sheamus took on Drew McIntyre in a no-holds-barred match. Let me tell you, even without the fans there, this was high quality. I gave this match 3 3/4 stars. I love how they took out the screen there where fans were. You know, that whole spot there was really nice. You seen a good brawl. It was really heartfelt to see it. It was truly the Mega Powers Explode Part 2. And that's my Quack attack.
And I agreed wholeheartedly, 3 3/4 stars. I didn't feel it was a Mega Powers Explode moment. but the intensity was there, the emotion was there. These guys showed you can work without a crowd and still bring emotion. This match proved that that exists. They were right on the fine line of going overboard, and they walked right up to it and didn't cross it. So this match, the intensity was just where it needed to be. The drama was just where it needed to be. The intensity was right where it needed to be. 3 3/4. In fact, I'm even going to bump up to 4. I just convinced myself this was a 4-star match.
I can go with that. It was truly a great match to see. And it got me 2 more points because I got 3 total out of this. Thank you, Big E, by the way. We're going to move on. Yeah, this was a great one, too. I love this match, the cinematography. Randy Orton against Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, this was... For a while, I loved the beginning part when Alexa first came out, the burning of the Fiend. We both were kind of, you liked it, but you were still confused by it. I hated it, and I was definitely confused by it. We definitely liked the beginning part of Alexa Bliss, Alexa's Playhouse, and then it got
weird.
Ultimate Warrior versus Papa Shango-esque in its weird and witchcraftish kind of way of the storytelling. This match closed all of that out in a good way. They finally got to the story they were trying to sell. We had Alexa Bliss going over Randy Orton because a burned up Fiend looking like the Toxic Avenger came out of the ring. 3.5 stars. Excellent storytelling. It was a weird one, but this is a prime example of don't always judge something bad and poo-poo it. Wait and see where they're trying to go before you give it a final rating. I held on, I got what I wanted. Great match.
Yeah, I mean, I gave this 4 stars for storytelling. The match wrestling, I gave about a 2.5, so I equaled that out to a 3 1/4. I felt like this was a very good match. I loved it overall. I couldn't give it the Quack Attack because I felt like the holds barred match was a lot better than this, but it was still impressive.
And it was. You're right. You gave the appropriate Quack Attack.
And thank you, God, the Fiend is back. I know Jim Cornette is going to hate this match.
Chuck Norris approves.
That's right. And moving on
to a very, very good main event in all. This one, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns. Luckily, they didn't have a whole lot of goofiness going on in this match. They really let this match speak for itself. By the way, for those of you that missed it on Friday Night SmackDown, Edge was the special enforcer down at ringside for this match.
Oh, yeah, and he's going to have some questions to answer on next Friday, I guarantee it, because this match here, this was a good knockout, drag-out fight. And one of the great things you get to see. But towards the end, you've seen Edge hit both of them with a steel chair during their match.
Yes, that is true. The match was excellent storytelling. Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns was the wrestler versus the fighter story, which is always tried, tested, and proven true. With Daniel Bryan basically humiliating Roman Reigns in the beginning with the better wrestler. The intensity was off the chart on this, in a good way. Jey Uso didn't come down till towards the end and basically got poop cans and pushed right out of the ring. They didn't do a lot with him. They kind of kept him away. Edge coming in. That's going to be the controversy. My prediction was on this one, which we both predicted this match was going to have no winner. It ended up having a winner with Roman Reigns getting the pinfall.
Yeah.
But we both predicted that we're going to be setting up WrestleMania as a triple threat with Edge, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns. After the chair shots from Edge to both Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, that is still a possibility on the table.
Yeah, definitely going to be interesting to see what Mania does here. I gave it 3.5 stars. I felt like this was a great close. I will tell you, this pay-per-view simply looked like this. It had a great piece of bread on top of it. It had great meat in the middle, but bottom was covered in crap. That's what it reminded me of. I'm telling you, the first 4 matches, if I wasn't covering this, I might have turned it off because those first 4 matches were that horrible.
I would have to agree. I went 4 stars on this. The storytelling for the last 3 matches was incredible. Let's hope that the former IFC writer, who's now in charge of WWE writing, Let's hope that this is her influence and she's working on making the product better, because Raw had a better match, SmackDown had a better match. They started off garbage. We don't expect changes overnight, but let's hope that's the shine of what's coming up in the future, and let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah, definitely. And that's our Fastlane review there. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're also going to have WrestleMania X7 here coming out on Friday, so keep a lookout for that. I'm your host, Dr. Quack.
And I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem. Remember, like, share, subscribe. We do this because we want you to enjoy what we do. So make sure you give us some love, like, share, subscribe.
And I'm up 2.5 points and out.